Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News. I'm Ben. As always, I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Alright, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm alright, thanks. This is our sister show to cut into the bull in the post-truth apocalypse, where we bring you the weirdest shit we found on the internet this week, or what's been dominating the news. You know, as long as it fits, as long as it's entertaining.
As long as it fits the weird description.
It's got to fit with the weird.
And the big news this week is pretty weird, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Obviously, unless you've been living under a rock. To be fair, I don't know what was going on in the countries. In the UK, this was all that was on.
Yeah.
For 5 days.
Yeah.
The missing Titanic sub-crew killed after catastrophic implosion. Catastrophic implosion. How much is left off you after that? Not much, I'd imagine.
Nothing, mate. At over 2 miles down, you're getting squished into nothing.
Yeah.
The pressure is just so great. There were instant masses of blubber and blood.
I was going to say it'd be blood.
Blood, wouldn't it?
Bits of bone.
Bits
that
of
have just
bone
been
fragment,
absolutely
yeah.
shattered. There'd be fragments of bone
Yeah.
because it would just get crumpled.
They say it was the weight of the Eiffel Tower, wasn't it? It was crushing them. The weight of all that water.
Well, there's about a bar of pressure for every 10 metres. So you're talking 380 bar of pressure on top of you.
That's a shitter.
It's just a bit.
The Titanic-bound submersible that went missing on Sunday with 5 people on board, 5 billionaires on board.
You have to be, don't you? You're spending $250,000 for a trip per person.
Yeah, it suffered a catastrophic implosion, killing everybody on board. The US Coast Guard Rear Admiral John Mauger said on Thursday that a remotely operated vehicle found the tail cone of the Titan about 1,600 feet away from the bow of the shipwreck. On board was Hamish Harding, Paul-Henri Nargeolet, Shahzada Darwood and his son Suleiman Darwood, and Stockton Rush, the CEO of the tour organiser Ocean Gate Expeditions. They all died in the craft on the way down the Titanic.
Now, for people that don't know the story, I mean, it's not a normal submersible, is it? It's not like...
No.
This thing wasn't regulated. It was basically homemade. They were controlling it with a $30 control pad.
I watched a video on it today and it was like... I just couldn't believe they were using the cheap-ass controller.
Yeah.
But it's not just that, they literally sat in a little fucking square with a few TV screens and a control pad. Oh,
It was a cylinder, not a square, was it? It was a cylinder.
Yeah, but they're like sat in this little kind of square compartment thing, aren't they? It was just like, there wasn't seats, nothing like that. It was just
There's
like
no seats, they're sat on the floor, yeah.
And it just didn't look comfortable in any way, shape or form. And this is an 8-hour trip, is it? From down and back up. So I guess it's a few hours down, spend an hour swimming about the wreckage and then back up.
I think you just saw pretty over there, wouldn't you? I don't know. You'd have to have a bit of a look around. You only go around the front bit, that's where everyone goes, isn't it? The front bit, because that's the most intact part. They were recently was talking about raising that.
Well, maybe they shouldn't.
Technology's there, apparently.
They should stop all these fucking idiots bloody risking lives just to go and have a look at a boat that's under the water.
I don't
More
get
money
it.
than sense.
No.
I'm an ex-submariner. I used to be a submariner in the Royal Navy, and
You couldn't wait to get out the sub, could you?
I understand the depth, the pressures, the dangers on one of our subs, like the most advanced in the world, right? Bar none. And they sit at around 300 metres comfortably. Maximum depth about 700 to 800 metres. Maximum. After that, they're going to start imploding on themselves. So just to get down to fucking 2 and a bit miles, 3,800 metres, 6 times that distance. It's just redonkulous. It's redonkulous.
On something, in something that basically someone's built in their fucking factory garage.
It's just so dangerous. Why would you do it and pay fucking $250,000 to do so?
Literally, the guy they had in to oversee it went, look, this is not safe to go that depth. And they fired him and got someone in who said it was safe.
They hired a yes man.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
Also on this video that I watched, he was going, I've made this sub out of 2 different materials. People said that it wasn't possible and you shouldn't do it. You should make it out of one material.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you know, and you've got two materials at the joins or wherever you're joining them or whatever, they've both got different breaking points, haven't they?
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Only
you're gonna
takes one of them or the join to go, or
become weaker over time, and they get micro fractures and things. Oh, it's mental. You wouldn't catch me going down there.
Well, I wonder how many times he used the sub to get down there, you know, before this.
I think a few times it's been down there. Other people have been on it.
Right.
I didn't think you had. I thought
Yeah,
it was
some people have been saying, "Oh, I went on it a few years ago and whatever." And
Well, Stockton Rush, the CEO of Ocean Gate Expeditions, who's operated the Titan submersible and who died in the implosion, has spoken about his antipathy to regulations. To quote him, this is the man who died when his sub imploded, "At some point, safety just is pure waste. I mean, if you just want to be safe, don't get out of bed, don't get in your car, don't do anything."
which is an understandable point to an extent.
Well, it is, but at the same time,
it's not pure waste, is it? Because their lives now, that was a pure waste.
Yeah.
They died for nothing.
Well, not for the billionaires' families that are all going to inherit shitloads of money now.
the billionaire stepson, while all this was going on, was at a Blink-182 concert.
Yeah, he even shared a post, didn't he, saying,
Yeah.
I
I just didn't really want to go on it.
I kind of feel disrespectful, but the rest of my family told me to go on it because it's my favourite band. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do. Just go and enjoy yourself for what you can.
The meme game has been incredibly strong on this.
Gaza
Fucking hell.
going fishing.
It's been fantastic. And I think I read an interesting piece here. It's like, why is the internet been, this is a tragedy and people are dead, but the internet as a whole has kind of just been making fun of it. And
I think it's
for
because
everything, don't they?
it's billionaires, because it's millionaires, that more money than sense.
But this is it. This is the thing. Because there's the bigger divide between rich and poor now, we haven't got any sympathy for five multi-billionaires who forked out $250,000 to go on a fucking submersible death trap. We've got no sympathy for that.
No.
I got sympathy for the lad who went
Got sympathy for the
Who
kid.
didn't really want to go.
No, apparently
with his
not.
dad on a bonding mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad's like,
Shitting himself. My brother was telling me, he's,
Apparently he did not want to go.
he didn't want to go, he was shitting himself.
No, he was like, his dad was like, come on, it's like Father's Day thing.
It's a Father's Day bonding thing, wasn't it? Yeah, shame.
Yeah, I've got some sympathy for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the meme, I've had somebody on Facebook go, if you're down with these bloody, memes and that lot, just delete me as your friend now,
Well, did you delete him?
Delete!
No, he was saying if you find them funny, delete me because I don't like don't like it.
Sounds
Delete!
like you need to stop
Snowflake.
kissing boots so much, Claire, is what I think. Sounds like a bit of a bootlicker. Oh, I'm so sorry our billionaire ruler's died. Tonguey boot.
It surprised me because it's somebody our age as well.
Yeah, but that's just somebody trying to look a bit fucking noble, isn't it?
Do you think?
Oh yeah, that's almost like keyboard warrior on the other way of it, isn't it? Oh, look how good I am. Look how
I'm a paladin of light.
Yeah. It's that kind of bullshit. Like, come on, you don't really think that. You're saying it because it's what you want people to think you think.
Yeah. What a twat.
When you're really thinking, stupid rich bastards.
Pretty much that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It is a shame, but I don't have that much sympathy for them because of what I've stated and what Ben has also mentioned. It's such a
People are sharp. People are using food banks, and these fuckers are spending $250,000 each on a trip to go and see a ship, a sunken ship.
Skydiving, fucking bungee jumping. Yeah,
Hey,
they're good high rush.
I'll
bloody-
take going into space. If they want to go into space, I'll take that because it's developing us.
Yeah.
Every flight into space teaches us a little bit more. This isn't teaching us anything.
Looking at the Titanic.
No, if it's teaching us not to build ships like the Titanic. It's teaching us not to have a comedy of errors that led to its sinking.
Leave fires burning for days and
It's
things.
teaching us if you do see an iceberg, hit it head on.
Yeah. Don't hit it at all.
Don't hit it at all, but if you have to, hit it head on.
It's ironic that hubris was at the centre of both these,
Yes.
wasn't it?
What's the cut destroyed by their own hubris?
Because the Titanic captain was warned about going too fast with icebergs, wasn't he?
He was, and of course visibility was down that night. We did an episode of the Titanic conspiracy. It's actually quite interesting.
It would be very interesting to hear if they ever work out what happened, if they can work out what actually happened.
Well, an iceberg, mate.
With the Titan.
Oh!
It imploded, doesn't it? You know, there's a weakness somewhere.
I suppose they will never find out, because I bet I guess it...
They're going to try and recover it, aren't they?
It wouldn't have had a fucking black box recorder.
No, it wouldn't.
Like an official...
But they can see where the joints would have failed and the pieces together.
How much of it comes up.
Yeah.
Because the US Navy said they heard, I think it was on the Sunday,
Heard this knocking and banging.
well, they heard a bang that would have been consistent with
So
an
what was
implosion.
like knocking and banging then that people heard?
That's just underwater noises that you can hear.
Going back to the memes, my personal favourite is new images of Godzilla enjoying his fleshlight.
I think it's crazy.
Just opened it up and fucked it.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
You just watch the movie. watch A Night to Remember. That's a better movie than the 1997
That
one.
is a good one.
Night to Remember.
1953 or something like that.
Was that Titanic film?
Yeah.
Titanic film, yeah.
Didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it's my favourite Titanic movie.
I thought the Titanic was the movie.
No, it's a remake, yeah.
Okay, Night to Remember.
Well, there's been a lot of Titanic films.
Yeah, there has, but I thought that was like the main...
No, Night to Remember is like 53, 55, something like that.
Good.
Black and white.
Worth watching.
Stiff upper lips all round.
Yes.
The stiff upper lips in that film are so pronounced, it's just unreal. Like, Barney Iceberg, eh? Every women and children into the boats.
Hip hip.
I'm dressed in my best and prepared to go down like a gentleman, I say.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
Well, we've got the first photograph of Nessie of 2023.
Yay! Nessie's
French
back.
tourist. A tourist visiting Loch Ness has claimed to have seen a 65-foot long dark shape moving just below the surface of the water for several minutes. Etienne Kamel, a pharmacist from Lyon, and his wife Eliane were taking holiday photos from the west side of the loch near Invermoriston when they made the latest sighting of the long-reputed monster.
You can always trust a pharmacist.
Could also just be a big bunch of fucking seaweed or a school of fish.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be Nessie.
Does look like a big dark shadow, doesn't it?
It could be Nessie. I'd like to believe that Nessie existed. They haven't been able to disprove her, or it, because the Loch Ness is so vast.
Oh, it's...
With so many underground caves, like underwater caves and things like that. There is massive potential that it could hide easily.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I wonder how deep that is.
It's the largest inland lake in Europe, I think.
It's not as deep as you'd expect. It's only a couple of 100 metres deep. About 200 metres deep, I believe. So you'd think it would be deeper.
Oh, sure. I don't know, to be fair. I honestly don't know.
I think it's about 200 metres.
We have done a Loch Ness episode. Go and check that out, listen, if you like.
Well, a couple of subs could, put this myth to bed straight away,
Well,
wouldn't
they
they?
have
It's having the
tried.
money, innit?
They have tried
So they
putting...
go and have a look for Titanic as opposed to...
Yeah, because that's 250,000 passenger.
Then totally debunk a Scottish myth.
Pretty
Thing is,
much.
they don't want to disprove it.
They don't want to, no. I think it brings in something like 25 million a year to the Loch Ness economy.
At its deepest point, it's 230 metres deep. So it isn't that deep.
Still pretty deep.
But, exactly, but it's the volume of it as well.
Yeah.
It's massive.
It's huge.
So listen, you can go look this up.
Loch Ness Mystery.blogspot.com.
See what you think.
I mean, the people of Loch Ness have absolutely no incentive to disprove it.
Okay. So Domino's will be using a jet suit to deliver pizza to festival goers.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Never.
Madness
Where's this
as well.
at?
Glastonbury.
Never.
Yeah. Have you not heard about this?
No.
First time I've heard of it.
Is
Yeah,
it a
it was on
bird?
BBC News.
I didn't watch it.
I tell you what though, I'll fucking bet it's 20 quid for a large Domino's pizza and $20.99 with no extra, I don't think extra on it.
Fucking hell.
I'll guarantee you it's fucking 40 quid for Glastonbury.
If you
Delivered
get
by Jetman.
Yeah.
Delivered by the fucking Rocketeer.
it. How are you going to get it? I'm not being funny, right? But I've been to festivals. How the fuck is he going to know where he's delivering
Oh, it's
it?
fucking, you know,
3 words thing.
the app thing, isn't it?
What, 3 words?
What, 3 words? That's what it
Yeah.
is.
He's going to end up burning some tents, landing that shit.
And then, you'll see him coming, obviously, you'll just give him a wave. Hey, I'm down here, mate. He'll ring you.
I'm not so sure it's like afterburners. I think it's
jets of
blowing
air,
out
isn't it?
air as opposed to hot air.
Never.
Well, let's get into it.
So, ever been to a festival stuck behind a slog of a queue for overpriced street food?
Yep.
Yeah, and charged a fortune for the world's measliest burger and a side of super soggy fries.
Yep.
We used to call them rat burgers, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, look no further to the old reliable Domino's.
We'd still buy them though, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah,
That's the
when you're
sad thing,
hungry and
innit?
pissed.
The
Yeah.
best festival burger I ever had, it was called Easy Cheesy Burgers. It was a download one year. I've never seen them back there since. They just had this vat of malted cheese. So they'd do your double burger. I mean, it wasn't cheap because it's a festival. You're still looking at £7. But they just dip the burger in the cheese.
Oh, that's a dirty burger.
That
I
was
love a dirty burger.
it wasn't. Mind you, that much cheese at a festival, it was one of them things you only do once. You don't want to go, you don't have a cheese shits in a fucking Portaloo, do you?
So, Domino's has partnered up with Gravity Industries to be the first pizza company in the world to deliver via jet suits.
How much would you have loved to have been that pizza delivery guy?
Yeah.
Mike, if they have delivered here, coming up to the 3rd floor, just up to your
Hover
window.
outside your window.
knock on the window, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's probably not that far away. That kind of service.
Well, you got to look at it one way. Are these genuine Domino's delivery guys who've been trained to use this equipment, which is quite expensive?
No.
Or is it a bunch of guys who are just working for moonlighting for Domino's who fly this shit every day?
Yeah.
Because if you've only had 5 hours on this training, you're going to start you're just cartwheeling through tents, aren't you?
Well, look, this is 100% a PR stunt by Domino's. They've
Yeah.
hired
Yeah.
these specialists to work for them for the weekend.
God, they must be paying them a fucking fair because I wouldn't want to be
But
a pizza. I'm a highly trained jet suit pilot. I don't want to be a fucking Domino's pizza man.
But that's nothing. They've got themselves some amazing advertising.
Yeah.
The jet suit guys have got themselves some amazing advertisement. It's a win-win situation all round.
And I bet Domino's have just rocked up in one of these pull-along
Like a trailer.
Yeah.
Domino's trailer, haven't they? And it won't be from the local Domino's, will it? It'll be a Domino's trailer.
Oh, on site, yeah.
Yeah, and it'll just take it over the fields for you.
Yeah.
Still sick though.
It is. It's very fucking. It's just James Bond ordered a pizza.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Researchers find first scraps of interstellar object that hit the Earth in 2014.
Is this the one? No.
No, this is something different. This is another possible UAP.
Oh. Team led by Israeli astronomer in America, Avi Loeb, is searching for remains of star-travelling IM-1, which crashed into the Pacific Ocean. A team of researchers combing the ocean floor say they found the first remains of a confirmed interstellar object that crashed in the Pacific Ocean in 2014.
Now, this interstellar means it's not come from our solar system.
So it's come from outside.
Like a Muamua.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Ah, so it's
And then with that cigar shape.
Yeah.
that alien craft that flew past us.
Yeah. And they found out because it was going too fast for the pull of the sun. So it must have come from outside of our solar system. So it's an alien object.
Avi Loeb, an Israeli-American astronomer based at Harvard University who was leading the team, reported Wednesday that separate magnetic spherules of mostly iron with some magnesium and titanium, but no nickel had been discovered. Such a composition is anomalous compared to human-made alloys, known asteroids and familiar astrophysical sources, he wrote in a blog. These updating from the research ship Silver Star.
You need to say that anomalous name.
Yeah.
Again, though.
Anomalous.
You said it that time. You struggled with it though.
I got away with it.
Yeah.
So these properties is nothing that is human made.
Interesting.
Some magnesium
We
and
know what they
titanium.
are. Sorry, we know what they are though, don't we?
What?
Well, there's some magnesium and some titanium.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what the elements are, but
The way they've been fused,
yeah,
it's
together,
not something
it's not
we
something
can,
man-made. Yeah.
not something we can do or
Oh,
whatever.
now this is where it gets interesting. Researchers are using a deep-sea magnetic sled to comb the ocean floor for remains of the object, which Loeb has theorised could be alien technology. Boom! Sucker punch to the gut. Oh, got some bits of asteroid, have we? That's not that interesting. Boom! Alien technology.
He's only suggesting that, but interesting.
Loeb and his assistant Amir Siraj were the first to suggest that 1M1 was of interstellar origin, coming from space, deep in space rather than a local asteroid of the solar system. That was confirmed by US Space Command last year.
Yeah.
And it put 1M1 on a very short list of 3 verified interstellar objects, joining the comet Borisov and the headline making Oumuamua.
Yep.
In his blog post, Loeb described observing a spherule 0.3 millimeters in size, looking like a metallic pearl on the background of volcanic ash. It felt like finding an ant in the kitchen. When you find one, you know there must be many more. Indeed, I could find many more metallic spheres in the same microscope image.
I think they found 11 so far. They're combing the bed, picking like magnets, picking up these little spheres that have survived the explosion into the atmosphere.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Alien technology.
Or it could just be something that's fused, you know, when another big bang has happened. Not a big bang.
Yeah, it
when
could be, yeah. From a supernova.
supernova, yeah, star
be.
going, or
That's what they're unsure of. It could be naturally occurring, or it could be an alien probe. That's what he wants to find out.
Alien probe. Oh, you know what? Anything that enhances our knowledge of the universe, because one day we're going to have to go out there and settle other planets.
That's it.
If we want to survive. What's next?
Naked creep busted having passionate sex with tree in busy UK park.
Okay.
what?
He's
Is there a
branched
video?
out.
Is there a video that goes into this?
Well, you intrigued?
Very much so.
He's branched out from the bedroom.
Hey.
A naked creep was arrested for allegedly kissing, caressing and having passionate sex with a tree at a popular public park in England, grossing out onlookers and baffling police.
Can I just say that calling him like a creep isn't really great journalism, is it?
Was he naked?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he peeled off his clothes and started rubbing passionately against the stump of a conifer in Wiltshire's Queen Elizabeth Gardens.
If you're gonna fuck a tree...
Do it in Queen Elizabeth Gardens.
No, why a conifer?
Conifer, they're spiky as fuck.
Well, it's just a stump. But still, it's like, well, I'm sorry.
Maybe it was the only one that had a hole in it.
He's a fucking tree hugger.
Oh, there is a picture.
There's a picture of
Fuck me.
He's a tree fucker, not a tree hugger.
He's just progressed, hasn't he?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, he's an older man, isn't he?
Someone think either he's very mentally ill, or he's on drugs.
All pissed as fuck.
Or he's just
Oh,
found,
I've never tried to fuck a tree and I've been in some states.
or he's found a perfectly moist, mossy hole that's just the right size, and he thought, do you know what? Fuck it, literally.
All I'm going to say is,
64 he was.
what's wrong with a wank?
Yeah.
You get some splinters on your cock, aren't you? It's not somewhere you want to be sticking into. What is it?
Say no
What's
to tree wanking, it's just no good.
What's wrong with just a wank?
Yeah, you don't have to stick your willy in a tree, do you?
What if you're going to do, especially, alright, if he wants to go back there and do that at night when there's no one around, I don't care. That's what he does, that's his thing.
Someone told him to mate like a tree and leave, and he thought they said mate with a tree.
Oh, oh
I like
God.
that one.
If I had a gun, I'd shoot you now.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm happy.
It's the only one. Oh, well, there you go. Tree sex. Tree sex in the Queen Elizabeth, what was it, Memorial Park?
Terrible.
A bit of good news on the to finish with, and it's
Local
local
news,
as well.
It is.
So we have a Paralympian that lives within Telford. He actually lives in a place called Alston, and his name's Mickey Bushell. He held the Wrekin on his hands. Now the Wrekin is a small mountain.
It's a hill, isn't it? It's a hill.
It's a hill, we can't
It's a
class
hillock.
it as a mountain, I don't think.
Bloody big hill though. It looks like
Not
a
the
small
moon
mountain.
one.
It looks
Sorry.
like a proper small little mountain. It was actually the inspiration of Mount Doom in Mordor, because J.R.R. Tolkien was from local area, and it was the Wrekin and Shropshire that was massive. Like,
Well, I don't think he was from here, but he
lived up. It was like Shrewsbury. I think.
Oh, was it?
I don't know.
Either the Shire is based. This is where the Hobbits live. Is based on Shropshire, isn't it?
Yeah. And then Mount Doom was based on the Wrekin, which was just like this one hill just in the middle of this big flat out land, and there's one big hill that sticks up, and that's the Wrekin.
Might be Gloucestershire, I've heard as well.
I know he was certainly local to Shropshire. I know that much.
Definitely. I've heard he based it on Shropshire.
I've heard Shropshire. From other sources, I've heard Gloucestershire.
He climbed up this small, big hill. So yeah, Telford personal trainer who topped the podium at London Games in 2012, also won silver in Beijing 2008. Had never been to the top of Shropshire's iconic hill despite being visible from his bedroom window. Yeah, he literally lives probably a mile away from the He's in Alston. So born with lumbar, sacral, spinal, agenesis, cognital paraplegia. Fucking hell, that's a mouthful and a half.
It is, isn't it?
So Mickey is missing the last 7 vertebrae above the coccyx, so could only do the climb by walking on his hands.
Amazing.
He hasn't even got like a good pair of gloves there. I've been issued them. They're like gardening gloves.
Yeah.
Just the thick rubber soles on them. Just
a 6 kilometre hike.
Yeah, so on Saturday, 33-year-old took on the 6 kilometre hike, so it's a 1,340 foot tall hill, to raise money for his academy, which provides free of charge training courses for wheelchair users and help users to improve their fitness, strength, mobility and confidence. Mickey, who set out on his Wrekin climb around 8 AM, took around 5 hours to reach the top. But he was climbing up. It takes, if I walk up there, it takes a good 45 minutes to an hour.
Thinking 45
a
to
nice
an hour.
leisurely walk up there, about 45 minutes to
He's
an hour.
still out of breath at that.
So
there's some steep bits, isn't there?
Yeah.
He's done it 5 hours with just his hands.
And fair play, like that. That's quite, I struggle with it because I've got bad legs and I do struggle walking up it. But yeah, it takes me a good 45 minutes to an hour, and 5 hours on his hands.
Yeah.
Shit. And it ain't no clean, nice, smooth path. It's proper rocky, stony, nasty. It's not nice.
You get to the one bit where it's a bit cobbled. That's as the Romans obviously stormed it at some point, because it used to be a hill fort back in the day. Wasn't it? It was an old hill fort.
He's already raised £2,500.
No, he smashed his...
Oh, sorry, no, he's smashed his £2,500 GoFundMe target, raising $3,400 for the climb, and said the last 200 metres of the climb had been the toughest.
Which it is.
Yeah, and it is the toughest. It's quite a steep bit, and it's really rocky, jaggedy, nasty rocks.
You get to where the gates of the hill fort were at the top, and every time it fucking catches me, because doesn't matter how many times I've been up that hill.
I think it's a lot.
Every time I get to the twin mountains and the gateway through, I think, I'm near the top now.
Yeah.
And you get through and you go, oh fuck, there's still loads.
But it's like a natural slate as well on the floor.
Yeah, it is. There's no grip.
And it gets quite rocky and sharp as well, some of the bits of slate on there.
And remember, it's not been cold, has it?
No,
it's been like 23, 24, 25 degrees.
When did he do it? Saturday, last week. Yeah, it was...
You've been looking at 25 degrees.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, he's there's a little plinth at the top that tells you, like, in all the directions how far all the different
like
areas.
A compass on the top, hasn't it?
And he's doing a handstand on top of it. Fair play, like.
Yeah.
If you want to give Mickey some money on his GoFundMe page, it's still active at GoFundMe.com/F/walk the Wrekin by hand.
Yeah, he is a legend, the guy. My kids have both met him. He goes around all the local schools, takes his medals with him and all sorts. It wouldn't surprise me if your kids have met him at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes around all the schools. He lets all the kids hold his gold medal and things like that. He's a really nice guy.
It's brave and tough.
I've come across him a couple of times myself. Never spoke to him, but like seen him when I used to work in Wellington. Obviously, that's literally his local town. And but from what I gather, he's a genuinely nice guy, and all he wants to do is help and inspire. And
can't argue with that.
Yeah, and that is very inspirational, isn't it?
It is, because I wouldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it barefoot.
No.
So you can imagine doing that on your hands. It's like barefoot times 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So, it's got gloves, but
Yeah, but that's fucked
They're not
up.
great gloves.
No.
They're not
Fair
shoes,
play
are
to
they?
the
He
guy.
hasn't got like soles of a shoe on his hands and all of his weight.
yeah.
Yeah. It's, well, let's end the show there. I've been Ben. Thank you very much for listening. Follow us on Facebook at Colourful the Bull and the Post-Truth Apocalypse. YouTube is Apocalypse Bull. Give us a like and subscribe, please. Helps us out. We're available on most podcasting platforms, especially SoundCloud at Colourful the Bull in the PTA. Thanks for listening. Don't pay 250 grand to go into the Titanic on something that's been made in someone's garage. But if you do want to do something dangerous for £250,000, I've made a cardboard shuttle that will take you into an active volcano.
Ooh. Tempting.
For a bargain of £250,000.
£250,000.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
I've been Claire. Get your Blasto Dominoes.
You've been thinking of that for a
I
while.
know, yeah.
Well done. And I've been Pete. If you want to support Mickey Bushell, just type his name in Google. You will find him. He's quite a legend. Bye.